congratulations. As I said, we are all chomping at the bit for this new season. We've been waiting a year. That's too long. Sophie, I want to start with you because I wanted to know when you first started with this show, first day, you're reading the script, you're like, I something special. Did you ever feel that?
Yeah, I mean, I actually, speaking of waiting a long time, I auditioned for Brianna and then waited a year to hear anything. Originally, they were going to bring her into season 1, and then they obviously brought Brianna and Roger into season 2.
Yeah.
So I was already very familiar with it, and it gave me time to read the books and really immerse myself in the character. And even just from the first readings of Brianna, I mean, in the books, she's a lot different than she is in the script. She and Claire have a lot of banter, and she's very witty, and her sense of humor, I was just really drawn to her. And I also just felt like I understood her from the off. You know, she's a very troubled teenager. She's been through some hard stuff. She lost her father. She blames herself for that. And she keeps everything very internal, and she's quite stoic, and she kind of struggles a lot and ties herself together with a smile. So I always felt really quite close to Brie and quite protective of her from the beginning.
Yeah, and Richard, you know, I think what fans love so much is the chemistry between the two of you. Was it instant? Because my God, you fool me if you don't like each other.
No, it took
depends on the day of the week.
years and years and years and years to get that right. 8 years actually. No, we've always got on well on set. We have a good time on set. I think we always have done.
We first met our screen test, didn't we?
Yeah. We first did our screen test together. That's the very first time that we met, and that was great. And I think we enjoy being on set together. We have a good time, and I think that's very helpful when we're trying to sort of communicate and understand where we need to take our characters and this relationship, Roger and Bree. So it's often a great working atmosphere. Don't get me wrong, we have our bad days, you know.
Who doesn't?
It is a family. It's a family now.
We argue, we disagree on a scene every now and again, but that's a couple.
You know what gets us through as well? So in our screen test, Richard was handing out Ferrero Rocher, do you remember? And I was like, I like this guy. And now if one of us is having a bad day, we just have apology stacks, don't we? Like, here's a chocolate bar. And we're fine.
We know how
chocolate solves everything. I think chocolate solves everything.
Bring him a Ben and Jerry's and you're forgiven.
You're all good to go. You know the tricks.
Ice cream under the bridge.
Okay, so for season 7, just seen a little bit, but we're heading into the Revolutionary War. Sophie, I wanted to know from you, like, you know, what can fans kind of expect? Because I really think that this season is, you know, action-packed, really going to step it up. What really excited you about going into this season?
It definitely does step up this season. I think season 6 was cut short for reasons beyond our control, and it very much felt like a stepping stone season. So 7 now kind of has everything in it. It feels like, you know, there's so many new faces, there's so many old faces, there's reunions, there's heartbreaking moments, there's epic battle scenes. I don't think we've had a season this big since, I think, as Katrina said, season 1. So I'm really excited for fans. I think it's honestly, even reading the scripts this season, every script was shocking. Everything was... it's rare as an actor when you kind of know the books and you know the outline of a season anyway to get the script and still actually cry. I had so many goosebump moments and so many welling up moments. So I can't imagine how the audience are going to feel. And even though it was a tough season, you know, we shot for a year, which is quite unheard of. It still just feels so magnetic and so rich and so full. So I'm just really excited for the fans to see it because I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, and Richard, just to wrap it up, you know, because there's the time travel and the different time periods and everything, you know, lucky for you, you do not have to wear a corset, so that's a bonus. You know, we could talk.
That you know of.
Or do you?
Well, that would be telling, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be tough. But what's your favorite time period? Like, do you have one that you really look forward to?
Do you know? I thought so. I don't think so. I think it just depends on what story has been told in any given time period. They vary so much, and we're really very fortunate with how much the story sort of changes and challenges us and sort of you know, shifts and moves along at quite a pace. So there's just so much in each of the time periods that we have visited and get to visit that I don't know that I necessarily have a favorite. I like them for different reasons because so much happens, you know, as we move.
Yeah, and so much challenge. Okay, I got to wrap, but I have to ask this question because Sophie, you know, it was announced that season 8 is going to be the last. I think we're all like in depression about that. But at the end of the day, what do you think is the legacy? What that the show, these books will bring to people, that and why we connect so much to it? What will be your proudest thing about the show?
I think my proudest thing about the show is that, like you said, the books have been around for years and years and years, and this TV show has now been on for 10 years. And it's not only keeping the loyal fans, but it's also building more of a fandom. And I think that speaks for itself, in that the show is just, there's so much in it for everyone. There's different things that everyone can take from it. And I think the characters go through a lot. I think the writers handle the material sensitively and beautifully. And I think even if it feels like events repeat themselves, they happen in different ways. And I think that means that people can take different things from scenarios, and hopefully it can help people feel stronger in what they're going through in their own lives. And all the characters are so different that there's somebody for everyone to relate to, I think. And I think just being able to be with a character through kind of their whole life. I mean, we've played these characters now for Brianna, from like 16 to 30. And so I guess the legacy I want is that people can just see the light at the end of the tunnel through these characters. So if they're struggling in real life, it's like, we've got you and we can guide you through and show you that there's always light at the end of a very, very dark tunnel.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much to the two of you for your time today. Like I said, we cannot wait for this new season, and best of luck with everything. And like I said, open invitation. You need to come here to Canada and we'll do a tour together.
We'll turn up tomorrow on your doors and just wait.
Don't worry, I'm ready. It's the weekend's coming. It's all good. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, best of luck. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.